Well, hello. How's everybody doing today? Just wanted to do this quick live here because I got some things that are going on, some things that I'm going to be passing along down here in the city, great city of Atlanta, Georgia, and I've just seen so many opportunities, and I'm still looking forward to meeting you guys out there that have shown interest in some of the things that I'm doing on Facebook, but I'm here now in Atlanta to really look for some teams, some proteges to be able to really take this thing to the next level. As the title here says, 97% of them are copycats out there. And what does that mean? Well, there's so many people that are hurting, so many people that are looking for financial freedom, people who are looking to be able to make their mortgage payment or their rent payment, car payment, and some people are just looking to keep the lights on. So there's always going to be different levels in this in this whole field realm that we circulate in. And just by looking at the scope of things that are going on out there, I tell you right now that 97% of these guys out there are copycatters. They're not really doing it. And a lot of people are following around these so-called gurus, and they're jumping around from thing to thing to thing in an effort to learn how to create income. Well, I'm here to tell you that that stuff doesn't work. I'm here to tell you that you may have limited success in that. I'm here to tell you that you have to find something that is sustainable. And what I'm going to do going forward is I'm going to hold informational summits or trainings, workshops right here on Facebook, but I'm only going to do them for people who are members of a new newsletter that I'm launching. And what am I going to talk about in those newsletters? We're going to talk about quite a few things inside of those newsletters. I'm going to show you how to stop doing the same thing that all these other people are doing. And here's the thing, guys. It's kind of storming out here. Here's the thing. And you know what? Let me just change over here. I'm just going to come over this side. Got all the luggage out and everything, but I'm going to really show you guys how to make some money. I'm going to really show you guys. You can see it's storming out here, right? But let's talk about what it takes. Let's really, really talk about what it takes. I'll just grab a chair over here. Here's the thing right here, guys. At the end of the day, so many people chasing after things, chasing after people, chasing after jobs, chasing after relationships, chasing after all of these things, and many people are even chasing their tails. And I know what it's like because I've been in that position not long ago. And there's some things that I didn't realize, that I didn't recognize in life, that when I discovered them, truly made a difference, right, in my life. And now what I'm going to do, like I've been doing, is I'm going to really share those things with other people who really want it. Because at the end of the day, one thing that I know is that nothing will change in your life until you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that's what I had to do. I had to say, you know what? Everything that I'm doing is wrong. No matter what it is that I try to get into, it seems to take off a little bit, but it seems to then then quickly collapsed. And what I didn't know back then is that it was quickly collapsing because of me. It wasn't collapsing because of anyone else. And back in those days, I was victim number one. How many victim number one? If and when you see this video somewhere circulating, YouTube, Periscope, Instagram, wherever, I want you to answer right now. And the question is, playing the victim. And how many of you know, or maybe you don't know, that playing that victim is the thing that will hold you back in life. Another thing that held me back, because I can see we can speak from our own experience, guys. I don't believe in one person sitting up on some pedestal telling you the way things are. They haven't lived your life. The same token, I don't see how we can have thousands and thousands of people who are looking for ways to just support their family, looking for ways to build an empire, right? I don't know, I haven't watched TV in a long time, but I do know there was the show on television called Empire, and I took a look at it simply because I like Terrence Howard, right? And because I do like Terrence, and I like Taraji Henson. And at the end of the day, every man needs that cookie in his life. Every man needs that cookie lions, and every woman needs that Lucius lions in his life, in her life. What I've been able to do over the years through my failures, which weren't really failures, you guys got to catch this. My failures were not failures. They were learning lessons. Hey there, Teresa. They were learning lessons to get me to an appointed place like today. So what I'm going to do tonight at 9 p.m., this is just a prelude. This is not even the thing. Number one, I just want to say this right here. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here in the manner and the capacity that I am right now. I've been through some things that I probably wouldn't even wish on an enemy, wouldn't even wish on an enemy. So because we are built the way that we're built, because we are real kings and queens on this earth and without knowing our power, I want to really just reach out to you. And like the title says, 97% of them are copycats. That goes for the gurus. Many of them I've even taught this game. I've taught advertising to them. But most of the people, and here's the thing, where you have the blind following the blind. The so-called perceived leader is looking at what everybody else does and now taking it, putting his twist on it, and now just giving you the same old fluff, smoke screens, and magic beans. And the thing is that people are so hungry to learn how to do it right. They don't know who's really acquired things, or they don't know. Here's the thing. If you can put an ad on Facebook, if you can put an ad in a magazine, you can appear to be the biggest, best thing on this planet, right? So when I say these copycats, I'm saying that so many people are following the follower. And I'm here to say that you don't have to follow the follower, because you are a leader, because you are a king, because you are a queen. And when you have the right information, you don't have to run around doing what everybody else is doing. What is everybody else doing? Well, most people they don't really understand the concept of making money from home. Is they'll join some type of position of, you positioned yourself to be the hunter instead of the hunted. Does that make sense? What I'm here to say is that that's the opposite of success. You guys are jumping around from this thing to this thing to this thing to this thing to this thing, looking for gold. looking for the gold that's in your very backyard, but you keep falling for the okie doke. You don't know who's real. Or if you heard, and I consider people as as sheep. I consider people as herds like cow just being led to slaughter. And you're settling for the absolute minimum when you can have it all. So, what I'm going to do tonight at 9 p.m. is I'm going to invite 25 people on a call with me tonight, a group call, to show you how to change, how to not be part of that 97% of everybody that's just running around doing the same old thing over and over and over again. When there are clearly instructions, there's clearly a big money blueprint on how to take care of your family, how to build a legacy, how to build an empire. And I'm not just talking about real estate. I'm talking about the art of business. I'm talking about you learning a skill that will catapult you to be able to add value to the marketplace so you never have to work for someone again. And if that's something that you're interested in, I mean, right now, something that you're interested in, learning the real skill set so that you never have to follow the herd. Man, ever since I was a little kid, since I was a teenager, since I was old enough to remember, I never wanted to do what everybody else was doing. Never, even in my private life, I've never wanted the same girl, woman, or teenager back then that everybody else wanted. I never wanted to live in the same areas where everybody else lived. I didn't want to be in the projects. I wanted to be in gated communities. I wanted to do what I want when I wanted to do it. And I understood at an early age that there's no mobility in poverty. So it means that I have to find out what success following multi-level marketing thing. And this is not for everybody because everybody doesn't want to put the work in. And I understand that it's crystal clear because I've been putting the work in for 15 years on a business level, and I've been putting it in for over 20 on a real estate level, and I've been putting it in for over 25 years on just some other level on how do successful people create wealth. Guys, you ever wonder how some people just stay in the same little area, right? The same little area. They experience their little lows and they experience their little highs. And you could leave town and they're in a certain position. You could go away for a year, 2 years, 5 years. And when you come back, you'll see those people still in the same predicament financially, spiritually, emotionally, and they're doing the same old things. And you're like, well, what is going on? Have you ever asked yourself, what is going on to keep that person like that? Have you ever asked yourself, what is going on to keep me like that? Because that's the real question right there. And until you can discover that, until you can understand that you're your own captive, you're keeping yourself in prison so that now your income can't get to the level that you want to go to. Because in here, there's something that's going on that's keeping you stuck. Every time you start to rise, something comes in and that thermostat turns on and pushes you right back down. This is what the masses are doing. You want to keep being a part of that? That's cool, because I know when I speak, I'm only speaking to a certain amount of people. I'm only speaking to like 3% of people out here. So, the title says 97% of them are copycats. My question to you, are you in that 97%? Are you trying to sell the same old product that this company tells you that you're in on ground level? Are you trying to do the same thing that every single person is doing? And let me say this. I'm not saying that you can't make money in those things, but I'm saying only 3% of people know how to do it. And I'm saying that if you're not in that 3%, you're wasting your effort, you're wasting your money, and you're wasting, most importantly, you're wasting your time. Now, wasting, when At the level that I've gotten to now, all around the board, spiritually, financially, mentally, you can waste. I know how to get it back quickly like that. I am a creator like you're a creator. But I will not allow anyone to waste my time. And so many of you guys, I watch you. I watch you on social media. I watch out there that have you jumping around from one thing to another. And obviously not speaking to every guru, because there are a lot of people out there that are really doing it. Not as many as you may think. But most people who come from where I come from, you're doing the same thing as everybody else in that crowd, and you want to be different. You think that you're going to, and you can be, but you can't do it by doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. So that means there has to be a paradigm shift. That means you got to do something different besides the things that have been taught to you, or the things that you're programmed to do. Now, how do you jump out of that? Well, take a look, do a real self-check, a real self-evaluation of the things that you have done. We are, wow, January, February, March. 3 months ago, and we are 4/12 into the new year. It's almost halfway over. Are you still doing the same thing as the beginning of this year? At the beginning of the year before that? At the beginning of the year before that? Are you that person that at the end of every year, you'll make these goals up? You'll take the time. Once again, you'll take the time. And if you're not following through, you're wasting your time. So it's okay to waste money if you know how to make money. But if you don't know how to make money, and you're wasting your money and you're wasting your time, how can you ever change anything? Where's the paradigm shift? Paradigm, the way you think. Where's the shift? Where's this renewing of your mind? And you keep doing the same thing, habitual. Say this. When you really submit, and this is my experience, when I submit my life to God, understand who I am, take the time to be around people who think like I think, not let any time wasters, not let any snakes, not let any, learning how to take out the trash in your life. It's key. We're going to go over these things, and what I'm doing is I have a new newsletter. See, I understand that I can create income. I can create wealth. I'm a creator. You're a creator. But you understand this as long as you're bogged down with things that are not important, or you're trying to be everything to everybody, and you have a bunch of people around you that don't have your best interest at heart. If it's just that guy that's collecting the money, collecting the auto ship from you, and as soon as you stop paying, they don't give a damn about you anymore, maybe that's not where you should be. Maybe you should be with the guy who looks different than everybody else, doing things differently than everybody else, understands his power, understands he's a creator, understands that he can manifest, or she can manifest anything that she wants into her life. Not just quoting scriptures, but actually doing the work behind it to make sure that it happens. But you have to have that big money playbook. You have to know what to do. And I'm not talking about taking a little piece for yourself where they're making millions or hundreds of millions or hundreds of thousands, and you're happy with your whatever it is that they've left over to you. So, with that being said, this evening at 9 p.m., I am doing a special. It's not even going to be alive, because I'm not going to share it with everyone. Listen, when you understand your gifts, when you understand your talent, when you understand your assignment, you got to stop giving it away, guys. You got to stop giving it away. So many of us right now are stuck in a position that we don't like financially because we're giving our gifts away for free. You have people that are snakes. You have trash all up and through your life and through your room, and you're not taking the trash out to the front. You're always going to get what you tolerate. And this is the first thing to understand in the whole thing about desire and getting to the place that you want to get. If you continue to tolerate what you're doing, whether it's people, places, or things, if you continue to tolerate those things, you will always get those things. So tonight's call. Hey there, Cookie Butter Crunch, what's going on? If you continue to do these things, you will, do not blame anyone else. Tonight, 9 a.m., not doing it on lives no more, not doing this stuff no more, but especially on this channel, on this outlet right here of this Facebook Live, because I've been giving and giving and giving and giving, and maybe about 1% people have taken action. And I can tell you, those people that have taken action, Mr. Marcus Mayfield, Miss Latoya Carroll, Miss Jennifer West-Granahan, Miss Miguel Velasquez, Mr. Lawrence Anderson, Mr. Kenshawn Gibson, guys, you know, I got guys in California, I got guys in North Carolina, Atlanta, New York. I mean, people all over the place. And remember, I handpicked these people. During that first part of the year, I did phone calls, individual interviews about finding quality people who don't make excuses, who understand, who know what they want, number one, who are willing to invest in themselves, number two. And I probably spoke over that time, I probably spoke to over 300, maybe 300 to 500 people to find 15. You know what? Up top, the title says 97% of them are copycats. Do the opposite and create an empire. Once again, create an empire. For men, we need that cookie in our life. For women, you need that Lucius in your life. So, in order to get to that point in life, there's got to be some things. There's got to be some fire created. There's got to be some, just a different way to think. But number one, you need someone. Every person needs a mentor. Every coach needs a coach. Every leader needs a leader. I still have mentors in my life right now. They just happen to be people that are. See, we got to surround ourselves with mentors. If it's the financial thing that you're looking for. And at the end of the day, if you're thinking about going into business, yes, we're doing it because we want to give back, we want to help people, but we also want to make a profit too, right? You got to be able to make a profit. You're absolutely right, Cookie. They don't want to invest in themselves. And see, that's a great thing for a leader like myself, because we're always going to make money, because eventually, sooner or later, they get sick and tired of being sick and tired. You see, you chase your tail so long, right? You can only chase your tail. And this is what I'm finding. And all of the garbage, the crap, the fluff, the magic beans, the smoke screens, all this stuff that people are attracted to, and they run to that. And the thing that's funny is that, to me, is that when I look at just the people in the Facebook circle that I can see there as friends, they're following around the people that, some of them, that I have actually trained. I've coached those leaders. And, I'll never say their names. That's cool. But the leaders are coming to me. It's not what you think, or it's not what they think. I know it's not what they think. So they're telling you these things that are getting you hyped up and excited, and you guys are following them, not understanding that you're following the follower. But my mentor passed away. One of them passed away. I believe it was 2000. Actually, maybe both of them passed away in 2015. Older gentlemen. One of them was the owner, one of the original owners, Orlando Magic, Mr. Alan Schwab. And the other one was Mr. Straw, who was like a 500 million. He created a $500 million income from home using direct mail, using newsletters, building a subscriber base, a database. And these are the guys that I've learned from. I like, yeah, I've always had that old school spirit. So I can look at something and it's like, okay, that picture right there, it's the same. It was the same in 1960 as it is today. They just changed the frame on it. So understanding that they changed, these new school guys have changed the frame, right? But teaching the same thing. And that's okay because you do have, see, it's a double-edged sword. You have to get education. See, because at the end of the day, can I keep it real? Can I keep it real? Absolutely, because they're on a hamster wheel going round and round, but I'm gonna keep it real. I'm going to tell you why you're not succeeding the way that you want financially, right? Because that's my gift, that's my calling financially. I've actually started with zero, built it up, lost it, built it back up again, lost it, built it back up again. So let me tell you how to do this. This is right here. Unless, see, it never mattered about the product. For my proteges that I coach, you guys know this. The product doesn't matter. It's all about you. You have to learn to, I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna keep it real. That's all I know how to do, Cookie, keep it real. Until you learn how to add value to the marketplace, see, sometimes you can say something and then fly right over people's head. Until you learn how to add value to the marketplace, you cannot create that will allow you to walk the job or create the riches that you want or create the empire that you want. You see, I wasn't able to do these things until I added value to the marketplace. What's the marketplace? Well, the marketplace is where businesses sell their products or services, right? So what I see on the landscape is that we have all of these people, and I'm talking from people where I come from, lower end, all that stuff, and I see people looking for the next best thing, looking for the next pot of gold, looking for the California gold rush. It's like going out to where the gold is and not buying picks, not buying shovels, not buying boots, not buying whatever you need to finders, the metal finders. If you're not going to invest in yourself by having a coach, by having a mentor, somebody that has been through some things themselves, that can say, don't go behind that door right there. They got a firing squad back there. You're going to get messed up. Or don't go behind door number 3 because there's a guillotine behind there. As soon as you walk through there, your head is literally getting chopped off. And here's the thing. Because you don't want to invest in the marketplace to become the top, because at the end of the day, no one wants to pay attention. No one is even interested at the guru at the bottom of the mountain. You have to learn how to elevate yourself. And that comes through wisdom. That comes through trial. That comes through experience. That comes from taking information. So many times I hear people say, knowledge is power. Really? Really? How many intelligent derelicts, educated derelicts, are sitting behind prison walls that have studied the law book or whatever, and they're not doing anything with their lives, but they're in prison? See, knowledge is not power. And I think that, we just hear these cliches and we grab them and spin them along, and it's just like we don't even research anything, but that's cool. Because I'm gonna learn you now. That's what we say back home. I'm gonna learn you. My mother said, I'm gonna learn you today, right? So the stuff that's out here, I call it all fluff. It's all fluff to me. You want to really make money? Seriously, it's fluff, right? But there's information out there Most of the information that you guys pay top dollars for, it's sitting right in the library, but you'll never know it because you'll never go to the library. One of the things I heard that changed my life early on is someone said, if you want to keep something from a black person, put it in a book. Right? So at that time, I said, nothing's going to be kept away from me no more. I'm going to read, learn the King's English. I'm not going to look like everyone. Won't be hanging down. My, right? That's another topic. But the stuff that's out there that people are chasing after, there's good stuff out there. Once again, you got to have your metal detector, you got to have your shovel, you got to have your yellow, that, you know, them coal miners. Coal miners have that hat on, or the construction worker, the hat, the one with the light on the front. So you have to be willing to go coal miner deep within yourself first. If you're not willing to go coal within, I don't care what the opportunity is. If you're serious about learning how to make money, if you're serious, thank you for those kind words, Cookie. If you're serious about improving your situation, you'll be on this. I'm going to have a special link. I think it only holds like 25 people, but there's going to be a room in there where what I will do tonight is everyone that comes into that room, you tell me what your passion is, and I'm going to tell you how to package it and profit from it. Okay? So for tonight, I give out so much value, and you'll walk away tonight with clarity, how to accomplish your dream, right? Because we all have dreams. And so many of us have given up on our dreams because we tried something, stuck our toe in the pool, it was a little bit too cold or a little bit too hot, and you took your feet out. Or something happened in life. Maybe if you're a woman, maybe like my mom, teenage mother, had me and never went back to fulfill her dreams. You know, there's so many women in places like that, and I want you guys to know that there are women right now that I know that are phenomenal women, that are superstars, that can help you get to from where you are to where you want to. That's pieces of a dream. That's understanding that there's nothing but abundance in this life. Understanding that we create the abundance, understanding that we are a reflection of the outer world. The outer world is just what's inside of us. When we look out at the world, whatever we see, whatever we think, that's from within. And let me tell you this for the very, very religious people, very, very religious people that want to call out on devils all the time. Number one, that's negative energy that's focusing on. If you understand the universal laws, you know that that's what's going to come back. So when you say, hey, listen, those bad things seem to come back in threes. Well, good things come back in threes too when you learn how to shift your mindset. When you learn how to shift your mindset and focus on the positive. So at the end of the day, why do I still do this when I've made enough for myself? I do it because it's my gift. And when I say do this, I'm not talking about real estate. Real estate, yeah, we can do that to earn some income. We can flip houses, that's easy. You can teach that to a monkey. But what's hard is to get you to believe the greatness that you have inside of you. It's to get you to believe that you truly are a king and you have dominion. You truly are a queen. When I say king, I'm speaking of mankind. You truly have dominion right here over this earth right now. Everybody has the same plots of land, the same plot of land when we come into this earth, and we can do whatever we want to do with it. And I'm going to show you how to do it tonight at 9. All right? I'm going to show you. Listen, you're not paying nothing tonight, right? If you choose to go further and you see that these gifts that I have will increase your salary, what if I could guarantee you that if you follow what I tell you, because I'll give you the exact same thing that took me from negative, I don't know what in my bank account. Can you do a negative million? Can we get a negative million? Right? And see, guys, this is the thing too. There's so much nonsense on the internet. So much nonsense, from fighting to booty shaking, clapping, all that nonsense. And you'll see, there's 1,000 people in there looking. But things like this, we really should share with our friends and family. Uh, what I'm using is information. This is God wisdom right here, seriously. Because, see, it didn't really come into effect until I was at my lowest low. And you guys who are leaders also out there, you guys who are leaders out there, you know that it doesn't come until we've actually went through something, whether it's relationship loss, whether it's, you know, um, whether it's separation, whether it's illness, and we finally get to the point where we can't do, at least me, I couldn't do it anymore. That's right. I couldn't do it anymore. And, okay, how about this? I couldn't do it on my own anymore. I had to tap into my spirituality. I'm not talking about religion, guys, because religion is some man-made stuff that takes you way off somewhere else, and it's all about something else. I do that on Sundays, right? But when I tapped into myself, you see, I used to be the victim. Somebody raise their hand if you've played that role. And so many of us, even today, and people that I've taught, people that, I talk about taking out the trash. And, I kind of, as sometimes as a coach, you want to help people. You want to fix people, right? And you allow people to come into your space that ain't got no reason why they should be up in your space, because all they're going to do is drain, because take is take, right? Give is give, right? You got to know when to cut it off. But when you truly get to a point where you go to God and you say, I can't do this anymore. Like, I don't even, like me, myself, my personal story, you guys know. I was this far away from killing myself with a big old bottle of, I don't know what it was, Hennessy, I think, and a big long kitchen knife that I took out the thing. Kind of ready to, I was trying to get so drunk that I could just put a knife through my heart. But we have to get to that point first, right? Because once you hit rock bottom, there's only one way to go from there. There's only one way to go after we hit rock bottom. So if you've ever heard anything, my prayer every day is, Lord, tell me what to do, and I'll do it. Tell me what to say, and I'll say it. Tell me where to go, and I'll go. And that's the prayer side of what I do. And then there's a meditation side of what I do also. But that prayer right there, that was not my, see, wow, okay. You're talking about tapping into infinite wisdom now. That's maybe that's too deep for some of you guys. But when you learn to tap into infinite wisdom and learn how to recognize the omen and listen, instead of just praying, you still got to listen. Pray over here. God, I want. Meditation over here. I'm listening. Tell me what to say, and I'll say it. Tell me what to do, and I'll do it. Tell me where to go, and I'll go. And that took me from Connecticut to Florida to Detroit to Atlanta, and I don't know where it's going to take me now. Right now, I'm in Atlanta, right? And every time I follow the voice, when I tell you, everything lines up. And it's always the opposite of what I want to do. That's how you know. That's how you know when you're walking. And the confirmation comes. The omens are there through people all the time. Never fails. So, back to what I was saying. I digress, right? So, when you get to that place of rock bottom, I want to tell you guys, I do the spiritual side on Sunday, and I try to stay away from it on other times, but it keeps falling back. Is it okay if I talk that talk? It keeps falling back because it's what's inside of me. That's what we're built off of. It's not us. It's that understanding that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And we're trying to do the things that the flesh wants. We're trying to do the thing that the ego wants. And if you don't know how to succumb to that ego, if you don't know how to kill that ego, man, it keeps you separate. It keeps you separate. And when you're separated, that's the only time you're separated from God. We didn't come in this earth separated from God, but that's when you're separated. When you allow that ego, when you allow that pride, when you allow that to come in between you, not even knowing that God has heard your prayers, even though you weren't meditating, he has heard your prayers and has sent help to you, but because of our ego, we can't get it right. That's why it's important to have that balance in our life. On the financial side, that's great. Get all the money you can. When you understand how to add value to the marketplace, help other people. right? And I'm going to show you how to do that tonight. I'm going to show you at 9 o'clock what I did step by step, and it always works. It's not no MLM junk. It's not no you do this and get three to get three. It's for you to have full control, full dominion, which is control over this earth like we have from the beginning. Full dominion on how to guarantee whatever it is that you want your income to do to be. I'm going to show you what I did. Real talk. Now, I'm going to close this out. Close this out because I'm coming back at 9. Oh, 7:25. All right, I'm going to come back at 9. You have to hit rock bottom. When you hit rock bottom, hey there, Sherry, I appreciate you. That's right, Cookie. Oh, yeah, me and Cookie got some real good conversations. Actually, we are going to have some real good conversations. We're going to do some things in this world together. And Sherry, I want to know more about you also. But and there's so many women that you leaders like. That's my calling, man. That's bringing people together, raising money, doing the things that you want to do, being the source, right? So, but back to this. When you get to that point where you know that you can't do it, everything that you tried has messed up. All it is, you got to understand is God trying to get your attention because you're off course. You see, source. When the source is over here, that means you got to be in this lane. Right now, you're just in the wrong lane. And you're not paying attention to the whispers. You're not paying attention to the whispers. So the whisper becomes a yell. And if you're not paying attention to the yell, the yell becomes a smack, right? You're not paying attention to the smack. The smack becomes a punch in the gut. So now it's not the people. You got to understand, it's not the people around you. That's easy to play the victim on that. It's God saying, listen, my child, listen, my king, my prince, you're doing something that is not in line with your calling. You're trying to do what 97% of the copycatters are doing. And you're too good for that. That's not what I built you for. So if you kindly come back over here, that's why I sent that man to you over there. That's why I sent that woman. It wasn't no devil. Because when you understand that all things work together for the good, for those that love the Lord, how could it be something else? It has to be him because he has a master plan. He's not going to set you up. And then you start to understand, okay, I see a little light over here. Okay, I've seen this person from my past who's come back. Okay, I see this person that I know is doing some things and has been willing to help me out, and he reached out to me and I didn't come back. Well, listen, okay, whatever happens, happened. Don't be attached to things, people, places, and things. Don't be attached. We got to let go of that because that's the ego. And it puts us in a mindset where we can't receive anymore. They can't be love anymore. They can't be fruits of the spirit anymore. So now you come back after you surrender and you let them dust you off. And it's okay. It doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter what people say because they don't know the plan that God has for you anyway. Because you have your own DNA. You have your own fingerprints. You have your own assignment. And nobody can do it like you. So you don't look at nobody else. Oh, he speaks better than me. Oh, he does this better than me. Oh, she does that better than me. Oh, she's prettier than me. Oh, man, none of that matters. When you understand who you are, when you understand your calling, and now you understand that, okay, the things that happened in my life had to happen. God allowed them to happen because I wasn't doing what I'm supposed to do. I wasn't doing so. He may have allowed some things that you thought were bad, but when you understand that nothing has meaning except the meaning that you give it. Once again, nothing has meaning except for the meaning that you give it. And when you catch this, somebody's got to catch this. When you catch that, you start to understand how God works, how the universe works. And until you understand, it's my belief. This is my belief. Until you understand how this thing works, you're going to keep falling back into the same things. Those people that you've eliminated, they're going to keep coming back because you haven't got it right. And those people that are pissing you off, this is what I had. This was a hard one for me, guys. This was a hard one. The people that were pissing me off were in my life because it was a reflection of who I was. And those things that I didn't like in them, those were things that I was still dealing with on my own. And when you get to the nitty gritty, when you really get to the real like this, when you cut through everything, you get to the core, that's when things will happen. So I don't care who brings out the next best, the greatest thing out there. When we start to work on ourselves, I'm telling you that when you tap into this, you start to recognize the moments. You start to recognize the moments. start to recognize the omens. Listen, I present in front of 2 people like I've done in front of 2,000 people. Doesn't make a difference. This is real. This is raw. This is no fluff, no magic things, no smoke screens. Some people would rather hear a soft lie than a hard truth. And if you're ready for that hard truth, and you're ready to separate yourself from that 97% that are all copycatters, how can you be unique? How can you do what God has designed specifically for you if you want to do what everybody else is doing? See, I've separated myself from crowds a long time ago. That's why the things that I get, I take full responsibility for. I'm not the victim, and I create it. And everything in my world, I create, just like everything in your world, you create. So, with that being said, wrapping this up, it's only going to truly change when you hit rock bottom. Don't blame it on nothing else. Don't give the negative side of the atom. Right? I'm not even going to say the name. Don't give the negative side of the atom. Don't give it the attention. Even if you feel like something is there on that negative side, think of it as an illusion. Illusion doesn't mean that it's not real. It just means that you're not paying attention. You're not giving it credit. Focus on the positive. I'm trying to tell you, and it may sound cliche, but I'm going to go deeper into that. Remember, I got a new newsletter that's coming out, and I'm revealing everything that was given to me. Like, see, it was the universe that sent this man to me, this billionaire in Orlando, but I never would have went to him. Let me talk about fear, because fear is the cobra, right? There's a cobra of fear. Hey, Joshua, what's going on? Fear is the cobra. We talk about the cobra of fear, and you don't have to wait until, so many of us are waiting until the cobra of fear is gone and it's never going to leave. You think you got to kill it, so you keep studying, you keep waiting, you keep wondering, but you got to understand that that cobra of fear is not meant to be there, because fear will push you. Fear will make you jump. You need an element of fear in your life. You need it. So stop asking for it to go away. Understand you don't got to kill it. You just got to tame it. You just have to tame it. Hey, Josh, man, we're doing a call tonight at 9 p.m. in the Boom Boom Room. You know the Boom Boom Room. I'm going to put a link out for it. Only 25 people. I'm going to share what Mr. Schwab shared with me, the billionaire owner of the Orlando Magic that changed my life, not just mentally, but financially also, that's allowed me to bounce back from financial ruin like 2 or 3 times over. And I'm going to give this away tonight. And anybody who's on this call tonight will get the blueprint to absolutely free from me tonight. We'll get the blueprint to how to take whatever it is that they're passionate about. See, we're not being the copycatter no more. We don't need to, 6,000 people are in this new MLM, and if you get in it right down the ground floor level, no, you're doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, and you're unique. What separates you from them? You have your own calling and your own gift, and I want you to focus on that one thing. And when you focus on that one thing and just crystallize it to become learn how to add value to the marketplace, I promise you that things will not be the same. Things will not be the same in your life. If you're a man, understand, you don't got to watch Empire. You can build an empire. There's a cookie out there for you, just like there's a cookie. Women, if you're that cookie, man, there's a Lucius waiting for you. But you got to get yourself right first. And it doesn't take long. It doesn't take forever. I'm telling you that right now. But you have to be willing to invest in yourself. And you have to be willing to add value to the marketplace. So that being said, guys, I'm going to put a link out here that will give you information for tonight. I'd appreciate this if you share this with somebody that you believe or that you think needs this information. And it's going to be the financial side, right? I'm going to show you. You're going to see people are going to get their instructions. So bring your notebook. Get your popcorn ready, because I'm going to give it to you. And this is my last time doing this for free on this distribution channel outlet of Facebook Live. But I'm going to show you what I did. I'm going to show you what Mr. Schwab told me. This is not real estate. This is business. This is creating wealth for your family. So with that being said, I've been talking for a minute. 49 minutes here. A little bit thirsty. A little bit hungry. You guys know how I do. I'm not Shark Tank guy. Right? A little thirsty, a little bit hungry. And for those reasons, I'm out. And I will be back at 9. I will put a link under here for 9 o'clock. If you love or care about someone else that you believe that can who wants the actual blueprint to what it is that they're doing, that God has given them for their gift, not somebody else's gift. See, because you will never become a millionaire by doing something but being a copycat. It won't sustain, it won't last. Does this make sense, guys? Does it make sense? Let's find your own creative juices. Put the time into yourself. It's worth it, trust me. I have income coming in from apartment buildings and from houses that no one can stop. Because I learned to add value to the marketplace, I got me a mentor that was doing the things that I wanted to do, that was honest with me, that was open with me, that held me accountable. And most of you don't want that. But for the 3% of you that do, I'm your guy. And I got some people on my team, for women, for kids, that this is what their passion is in life. You know, Latoya Cal, we helped to set up her nonprofit organization. She's got to prove she can get money now. I'm going to now show her what I use for I give people the same thing I do. I've never been the type that says, I do this and you do that. No, I show you what to do. I show you what to do. That's why you see people like Latoya just loving it now, you know, because we took what she birthed, this was inside of her already. And this is, you know, the feeling that I get when it's like watching a woman give birth to your dreams, right? And I want you, please understand that your dreams are worth this. Your dreams are not dead. Like, you can do this. It's not too late. You don't have to vicariously live your life through someone else because you think that you missed out on opportunity. No, 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 no. You went through those experiences so that it can make you a better person, so that you can add more value to someone else's life. And now I'm going to show you how to profit from it. I promise you that if you do what I tell you, everything will change financially for you. And as you go along the way, see, because I'm not just going to teach you the money side, I'm going to teach you the spiritual side also. And when you become, see, it's about the person that you become when the money doesn't even make all that much, because that's just to get the toys, that's just to get the house, to do what to what you give back. But when I show you this and you understand the person that you're becoming, you're being held accountable for this stuff. It makes a difference. It really, really makes a difference. So I hope that I've been a blessing. I hope I've said something that just sparked something inside of you. What I've been doing is I've been helping black sheep turn into black lions. And now they're roaring and they have that confidence. And that's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. This is what I'm sharing with you. So if you want to get the plan for your specific gift, not someone else's tea, not someone else's makeup, not someone else's whatever they're selling out there, but to find out what you are individually made for, and to show you how to take that passion, how to take that purpose inside of you, the things that you do for free. I'm going to show you how to make money off of it tonight at 9 p.m. So look for that link. Only 25 people will come in, and this is my last time doing it for free. I'm going to give you everything you need. Share this with your friends. Talk to you soon. For those reasons, I am thirsty. I'm out.